Hello, hello, and welcome to this live. My name is Elena Motonono, and I am here today. Hey, Odd. I'm here today to talk about word of mouth marketing and, in general, marketing, but the kind of what they sometimes call the old school marketing, the old fashioned marketing. Once I was in a podcast where we were talking about one of these ways that you can tell others about your work. And the person asked me, "Oh, so you're talking about old school marketing?" I had no idea it was old school marketing. But anyway, there you go. Before we get started, my name is Elena Mutunono, and I work with online language teachers and coaches, and I help them build sustainable businesses. So going from a hustle of lessons or group lessons into a business that actually can generate revenue, business that you can plan, business where you can create products and sell products and do a lot of incredible things to impact and transform the world. So today I am here to talk about marketing, word of mouth marketing, how you can actually supercharge it. You're probably doing that already. Well, technically, word of mouth marketing is not something you are doing. It's your students and people you worked with, maybe groups, maybe companies, if they hire you, they may have worked with you and they would recommend you to other people. And so that's what it's called, or what we know as word of mouth marketing. And often it seems to us that such word of mouth marketing is quite passive. In other words, we don't do much about it. We just wait for other people to do it for us. And that is actually one of the problems with word of mouth marketing among several of those, particularly if you start growing. But right now, we're not talking about, the moment of growth of your business. Right now, we are talking about actually getting enough clientele so that you can offer your new programs to them, offer your courses to them, and so forth. And I noticed that if you teach one-on-one and you are your own boss, in other words, you are not working for a platform, you may have experienced the so-called ups and downs in your own marketing and in your own relationship with how many students you're going to have, right? So that's why it is often very common that online language teachers overwork and they take on too many students. And the reason being, it's the anxiety working in us, the anxiety telling us maybe you can or should take a few more clients right now because you don't know. You don't know what's tomorrow going to bring. And that is not a fun way to live. But trust me, I have lived in that for quite some time. That's why I'm so passionate about creating programs that will allow teachers and coaches become more sustainable as their business grows. So while we cannot control whether or not our students are going to talk about us, we can definitely do a couple of things to empower them, to make it easy for them, and to make it kind of their top of their mind. And I tell you this that sometimes we wait too long and we feel that it's really not our responsibility, even though marketing is our responsibility. But we feel like, well, it's other people that should be telling others about me. We think that it's all about our teaching, which it is. And if your teaching is great, then all the more incentive for you. And if your students are getting great results, all the more incentive for you to go out there and initiate some of your word of mouth marketing. So, how do you do that? Well, first of all, you may not have thought about this, but this has worked wonders for me when I was relying solely on word of mouth marketing. And that is incentivizing your students. So let's say you have 10, 12 students, and you want to have 5 more before the end of the year. So it might be a good idea for you to let your students to tell your students, "Hey, I'm preparing this, something amazing." Maybe it's a workbook, maybe it's a workshop, and I'm going to invite you there for free, or, I'm going to give you a bonus lesson, or I'm going to give you some kind of an audio course that I'm working on. If you're going to bring me, a couple of your friends that are ready to enroll. Now, it's really important to tell your students that you will give them this incentive, right? When the friend that comes through them actually signs up to work with you. That way you take off that responsibility of having to, deliver the bonus when you actually do not have the result. And it's very, very important to keep that in mind because otherwise you'll be like working really hard and delivering bonuses, but you're not getting anything in return. So incentivize your students, tell them, hey, if you if you bring me your friend and your friend signs up, you and your friend are going to have this discount for the next month. And, when you want to incentivize it, you also want to give, like, some kind of a deadline, right? So you can say, "Okay, between now and the end of November," for example, if you bring somebody for December or beginning of January, because we are now thinking that, January is coming or December is coming, and for some people, that's kind of low season. So how can we prepare for it? You can do that already by incentivizing your students, telling them, listen, I'm going to raise my prices next year. And if you want to keep the same price for at least 1 month, you can bring me a friend. And if your friend signs up, you're going to have a discount. I had a student years ago. She was so active. She had lots of friends and she was motivated to keep her prices down. So she brought me, I don't know, one time I like sat down and actually counted all the students that she brought me, but I think it was about 8. And it was within a short period of time when she felt like this excitement and the adventure of the incentive. So this is something you can try and do yourself, and especially if you have very like active students. There are some students that are really would be really happy to help you out. Then the second thing that you could do is create and share gift cards. This actually works, especially well when you have students that are, your one-to-one students. Maybe you are still giving face-to-face classes for a company. So you can give all of your students a gift card, and the gift card will have the information, sign up for the free class. And when people sign up for the free class, um, they will mention the name of the person who referred them to you, the person who gave them the card. So on the card, then you will need to put down the name of the calendar link, right? In your calendar notification or calendar form, you need to include the question who referred you, right? And then it will be a free session, so that's already a cool thing. So somebody, for example, will get a gift card, and on the other side you will have the information about your services, what you help people do, and sign up for a free class. And when the person signs up for the free class and you see who referred them, if this person ends up being your client, then the person who referred them gets an incentive. It can be another bonus session, or it can be maybe a special discount, or maybe you create a course and invite them to join the course. So many options. Here, a good thing to do now, if you can physically give a card to somebody, this is great. Now, you teach online, so you don't have physical cards, but we have Canva. Who cares about physical cards, right? So you can create gift cards in Canva, and you can just include them in the email, and give it to the person and say, hey, you can forward this email to your friend. You can forward it to as many as you want to. If they're in an office, they might include several other people. And it's very important here to make it very easy for the people that are doing the work for you. That's one thing, especially if you want people to share something online, if you want them to write an email, create the information or the sentences, the template that will make it easy for people to like forward and talk about your services. Because some people, it's very easy, particularly teachers. It took me a while to understand, right? To get that sense of empathy that, well, not everybody, even in their mother tongue, not everybody is able to just recommend me and know exactly the right words to say. And so I found myself actually putting together the template and say, you're welcome to tweak it, but this is what is important for you to mention. Because sometimes people are so excited, like, oh, and they say like generic things like, oh, this is my favorite teacher. I think you will like them. And if you want to improve your English, which is really vague, you can go to them. So if you want to be more specific, then you will include specific text. So the person then forwards your gift card with the text already included. Or, they create so many emails, right? And they copy several people into it and they put the text that you have included. Okay, next thing for incentive is do an event. Okay, and it's really, there is no, better time to do the event or worse time to do the event. You can do the event anytime. You can create any reason for people to have an event. It can be, the end of calendar year. It can be November, the most boring month, or the most depressing month, if that's what you want to call it. It can be beginning of the fall, beginning of the spring, beginning of the summer, winter, whatever it is, you can create an event, right? You can, if connected to your niche as well. So, for example, if you mainly or would like to work with people and read with them, read books, discuss books, then that's what you're going to do. You're going to have an event where you invite some maybe writers who will come and talk about the process of writing, or people that like reading. They will come and talk about, the most powerful books they've read at the end of this year, right? So like top three books, and everybody's talking about them. I actually go to events like that, like physical events, and they're so amazing. And I remember it's so hard for like 10, 12 people to just sit down and think about just three books that impacted you that year. And usually people just go about more and more and more. And I remember an event like that a couple of years ago. It was like Christmas lunch. So we came in, we had food, we talked for like about an hour. And the second hour and third hour, we were talking about books. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. If you are book nerds, you can drop something in the chat or comment later if you're watching the recording. But this is the best, by far, the best event that you can do if you are dealing with books or you want to spread love about books. But you create this event and you invite your current clients and you ask your current clients to bring a friend with them. So it's kind of a plus one occasion. They come themselves and they bring their friend. And when you promote it, it's very important to focus all of your attention on the most important thing. That's actually an idea about selling also. Like if you are promoting something, let's say you're promoting a membership and you have two levels, and one level is more expensive and you want to sell that, and the other level is less expensive. So people that have a lot of doubts and sometimes are not sure that people are going to buy, they will end up switching and constantly promoting, oh, you can join for as little as blah, blah, blah. And sometimes it works. If all you want is volumes of people, then you want to focus on that. But if you want is more cash, you want to focus on showing how paying more is actually better. It not only saves them, but people get all the benefits at once and so forth. So that's the same thing. If you have an event, where you will be reading books, the most important thing about this event is not the actual event. The most important thing is to bring a friend. And so in your promotion, in your marketing, in your talking to your clients, you tell them, yes, I am by all means so excited to have you there, and I want to have you there. But more than anything, I would really love for you to bring a friend. Can you bring your friend? And here's how I can make it easy for you. And again, you can help them by maybe creating a template email, or maybe sending them an image of the event so that they can post on social media, if they're active on social media, that is. Okay, an event plus bring a friend. Then the next one is, I really like this, is making your business cards or your presentation with a twist. So business cards with a twist, I call these courage cards. You can call them any kind of cards. You can call them, learning cards. You can call them kind of boring learning cards. You can call them growth cards. You can call them anything you want, really. And you can put some really cool messages. And by the way, you can make them in Canva. I handmade all these. I really like this. This kind of is very soothing. And actually in the Smart Teachers Library this month, I will be adding a tutorial on how to make courage cards. So if you're in the library, or if you would like to join, it's great, because our enrollment is open at the end of the month. But anyway, what you can do with the cards, you can use Canva. You can create cards with some messages on one side, and then on the other side, there will be your information and a link to your free lesson. Yeah, it would be great. Yes, I'm going to definitely, this is really good. And the tutorial that I learned about creating cards like this was a little different. And personally, then I discovered, through trying it myself, I discovered something different that I liked better. So this is what I'm going to share in the library. And if you join us, you will get access to that as well. And by the way, all I'm talking about today is marketing. And now, the marketing I'm talking about here is the surface level marketing, right? These are like, here are the things you can try. Now, there might be times when you know what to do, but you still don't do it. And usually that happens because of our limiting beliefs, or our emotions that we don't look into, or don't allow, or trying to fight. And so we will have a deeper dive into marketing and how you improve marketing in one of my workshops that I am doing at the end of the month. It will be around the time when I'm opening the Smart Teachers Library. So I'm really excited about that. If you want to learn more, there will be information in the description, and you can join us. There are some spots, but it will be really a small, intimate gathering where I will get a chance to coach you as well. So, and for the sake of those who might be interested, here's the link that I'm just going to put in the chat at the moment. Okay. So now, you can create cards like these, and it's amazing, especially if you go out somewhere. Let's say you're doing an event and everybody's sharing their business cards, but you're going to have this kind of courage card, something that is really tangible, and something that people will not easily toss in the trash, which, as you know, this has happened. So, and number 5 is, maybe you have done promotions, maybe you have done posts on social media, maybe you have done banners in local libraries or cafes and other places. So, what I would recommend is to go and revise those materials that you have and add your clients' testimonials. This is super important because when you just tell people, hey, this is what I'm offering to you, and they will come in to this, they will have more of a consumeristic mindset, right? That's not the mindset that I really want to make some changes. When they hear somebody else's story in your promotion, so whether it's on your posts or in your newsletters, they will identify with a person who has shared this testimonial with you, and they will be more motivated to come and work with you. Um, when you have these materials, right, you can obviously leave them in coffee shops by yourself, or you can even tell your clients to take these materials and share on their own. So it's really amazing. It's a very easy way, but it's a small tweak that makes a huge difference, because when a person is reading somebody else's story, they are more motivated to take steps and to not just sign up for classes, but to make changes in their language learning experience or on their language learning journey. Well, these are 5 things that I wanted to share with you today on word of mouth marketing. I think in general, it ended up being like, the so-called old-fashioned marketing, but I don't want to call it that way because this is foundational marketing. I mean, you are doing that. You're going to do that one way or another using different tools. But it's very important when you do word of mouth marketing to make it easy and clear for your client or for your companies that can refer you, that how to promote you. So you want to give them the materials, promotional materials. You want to make it super easy for them so they don't have to think about it, right? Even to the point of writing the text. And by the way, do not feel like, oh, somebody's lazy to do that. We sometimes do that, and we sometimes feel like, oh, everybody should. But that's an instruction manual that we create for other people. It's not really helpful, right? So make sure that you make it easy for them, and make sure that you make it known, make your need known, that I am looking for clients. I'm currently looking for clients. And even if you do not have clients or you no longer have spots, you have options. You can put people on the wait list. You can offer them an asynchronous program. You can offer them a course that you will have created. And by the way, if you don't know how to do any of that, you will find videos and live lessons here on my channel, and you can just go and review them. And I have a myriad of other products that you can find on my website, elenamotonono.com. If you're serious, if you want to take this work deeper, if you don't want to spend any more time Googling and YouTubing, but actually taking steps towards bringing more clients. So it's often that we don't talk about the need, like, I want clients, I need clients, I'm looking for clients. We feel kind of embarrassed about this, and in the long run, this is not helpful. So if you want change, if you want to have clients and to have a growing body of clients, you want to take this initiative and take this step. All right. I hope this live stream today was helpful to you. I gave you enough tools for word of mouth marketing. if you want to take this deeper and talk not just about strategies, but also why are you not taking action? Because often some of these things are just tiny, minor things, and you can create a list of tasks to do, but then you don't do it. You start sabotaging yourself, which is very common when you're afraid. When you're telling yourself stories that, oh, I'm afraid this is not going to work, I'm a bad marketer, and things like that. And so, in order for you to create different results and take different actions, we actually need to take a look at what we believe about our own capabilities, about whether or not we can do it. Otherwise, we'll be like working on our motivation or trying to improve our procrastination and all other things that are actually irrelevant. Okay, if you want to take a deep dive into marketing, there is a link in the chat right now for you to sign up for a um, workshop that I am doing in less than a week. So actually less than 2 weeks. So it'll be on the 27th of November. If you sign up, you will also get access to the recording that you can keep at any time. And the tools that you will get during that event are going to change your life. They have changed definitely mine. I'm no longer afraid of marketing. I actually enjoy marketing. It doesn't scare me. And it's incredible when you feel that way. There's so much you can do, so much you can accomplish. So I hope to see you in the workshop. Otherwise, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, you can drop them in the chat and in the comments below. And I'm looking forward to connecting with you more on this channel. And by the way, if you have any specific questions, what you would like to hear more on this channel in live streams, I am more than open to your suggestions. I have, of course, a whole list of mine, but if there's something that very specific, please send it to me and I will see how it can really be explored and shared here on this channel. Thank you so much and have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.